Our journey began when immediately when Hannah was born. She had issues she had to have a kidney removed. She had surgery and everything seemed to be rolling along, except for that Hannah wasn't talking. As a mom, you know something's wrong with your kid, and that's just the way it is. You just feel it in your heart and your soul. And I remember taking Hannah to the beach in Long Island, and she just sat on the chair and her foot was just hitting the water, and that's all she did was stare at that. And I knew at that moment that we had some very serious problems that were coming up. You also have to be realistic and realize if your child's not going to be able to make it the rest of her life on her own, and you're going to die at some point, where's she going to be? Where is she going to have friends? Who's she going to be with? Those kind of questions go through a mom's mind.
I had a surgery back in 2002 that didn't go very well. And, you know, the following spring, after going through a lot of things physically, Maura and I sat there on a couch down in Litchfield Beach, South Carolina, where we had a condo at the time. And Maura looked at me and said, you know, you could have died and we never would have done any good for anyone other than ourselves.
And so that's when we kind of start talking, Charlie and I, about where we would like to get started with starting not a foundation, because we're not a foundation, we're a legitimate 501, so that's very important to us. And we started that knowing that Hannah was going to need a place to live and a place to be and friends, and she needed friends. So that's where we came up with Hannah and Friends.
It's utopian. You come out here, there's a certain amount of serenity. As soon as you drive onto the property, you just kind of feel like you take that breath and just relax.
I grew up in the country, so when I look around and I see the country atmosphere here, it's very home-like, very peaceful.
It's close to heaven. I mean, it's divine. It's just divine.
This is home. This is a place where you're the normal ones. Okay, if people don't look anyone here like there's any disabilities. They have different abilities, but not disabilities. You know, here, this is what every person with special needs in this country wants to be, somewhere where they're not looked at like what's wrong with you. And that's what Hannah and Friends is. It's utopia.
A few weeks ago, we had a couple here from New Jersey who wanted to learn more about Maura and Charlie's journey to build Hannah and Friends, what our mission was about, how we went about building the neighborhood that we have here today. And I think when they came here and saw the properties, spoke with Maura, saw all the residents and participants, they were inspired. They felt an energy and I think an excitement and enthusiasm to do the same.
I love the fact they look for the abilities in these individuals and they give them the outlet to learn, to grow, to be who they are meant to be.
Hannah and Friends is special to this community because it has offered something that the community hasn't had in the past, in having a residential community as well as a place to do programming and a place for people with different abilities to come and just hang with their peers and be who they are. We have many group homes in this area, but this is the only place that has a community built especially for people with different abilities.
We provide a safe environment, a fun environment, where I think everyone's cherished. You know, it's not just about the highest functioning kid in the class, or it's about everybody. It's about the differences that we take care of so many different disabilities and so many different things, and on so many different levels. Day programs, after school programs, yoga, music, dance. We provide social. We provide homes. So we're the full spectrum. You know, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to go there for 2 hours and come home. No, you can live here. You can be involved in our programs daily, our summer camps. So it's all encompassing, and I've never found a place that anywhere I've lived that has everything. Hannah Friends definitely is a different place. It's a place of security, of fun, and it's a place of love.
I am excited to come to Hannah Friends every day because I get to be surrounded with love, and I am surrounded by people who love me and that devote their life to me, and by showing me that life is exciting.
I feel that the most important thing to remember is that they are a person just like me, just like anyone else, and their basic wants and desires are the same as mine or anyone else, and that is to love and be loved.
The mission of Hannah and Friends is to provide the best quality care for people with different abilities, give them a place to go after school, give them a place to live that is clean, that has people that care about them, and a place that they're going to be loved. That's the mission of Hannah and Friends, is to make them as independent in their dependency as they can be, to continue to grow, and that's what we're doing. We're having them grow. Even someone like Hannah is growing, talking more, happy. And you know, isn't happiness the key for all of us, is to love and have happiness? That's what these kids get, and so that's what they're doing here, and that's the mission.
Collectively, the one thing we all agreed on is if I wasn't going to coach anymore, I had to find something I had a passion for. Providing for people with special needs was at the head of the list in our house. Look, Hannah's always had special needs. We started a nonprofit for people with special needs. Besides bringing compassion and awareness to people with special needs, we provide residential living, and Hannah's now living there. The last part of the puzzle was put in a place where we can financially take care of Hannah, and that's where we found the Center for Special Needs when we established a trust. I just found that the complement between Hannah and Friends and the Center for Special Needs was a perfect fit for me. And what we'd like to do collectively between Hannah and Friends and the center is let the people around the country know that places like this exist. Because the biggest crisis and dilemma that people have is, where are their kids going to live when they can't take care of them anymore? Where are they going? I mean, are we going to go stuff them in some apartment somewhere? Or can we find a place like this? And I think that the more places around the country that Hannah and Friends can be exposed to along with the Center for Special Needs, the more people that could live a much happier and productive life.
Like any charity, you know, we need support. We can't do it ourselves. I know we cannot do it. We cannot stay here forever without support, without donations, you know, and I think that it's so important. We've had so many generous supporters and donors throughout the years. I hope we continue to evolve and grow. I hope we have more homes here. I'm hoping we can put at least 5 more homes here. I'm hoping that we can be like the beacon for other states to see how well it can work.
We've had people from the West Coast, the East Coast, from the South come here to learn about Hannah and Friends because they hope to create something where they're from. They want to build for their child with special needs.
I have never really had the personal chance to talk to Maura, but if I could say to her how important this mission is and how much it's meant to our family and how much we will donate to it to continue its mission here, I'll do anything to continue it, anything she asks. And I know that Charlie's not a part of necessarily the Notre Dame or South Bend community anymore, but they've left something here that cannot be replaced. So if I could just say that, I'd just say thank you.
We want the legacy to be of the people that, you know, just like any legacy in the country that's been before, it's always been about the people. It's always about the people that, you know, created this, made it better, and mostly it's about the people that live here and participate here. Those people, those scenes that you play in your head, That's who the legacy should be. That's when people look back 50 years from now, should look at Hannah and should look at, you know, the people that lives count, you know, that matter. Those people are what make the legacy and should be the legacy.